I started my experience in Child Protective Services working for San Bernardino County. I remember her like it was yesterday. I placed her in a foster home. I knew very little about her. No more than 2.5 weeks later, I get a call from the foster parent. I'm sorry, this is not working out. You need to pick her up tomorrow. So I pulled up in the county car, and she had the little girl's belongings packed away in trash bags, threw them in the back of the car, and the little girl sat down with her head down, and I drove away. The little girl just said to me in the backseat of the car, she said, "Craig, you said I could stay here." I had no answer. I think what's really important is that the kid's happy and the family's pleased with the outcome.
Before beginning Beta foster care, Craig worked with a county agency as a social worker with foster children. Much of his job was spent moving children from home to home because their needs weren't being met.
My mantra is always for the children. It's on our banners, it's at every fundraising event, it's what Beta Foster Care focuses on. It's got to be always for the children.
He had a vision that this was an organization that would help kids, and he was committed to doing it, and he believed in himself, so much so that he leveraged his family home.
Not mortgage it. People say mortgage your house. No, I didn't mortgage it. That means you get it back. We sold it. Because I believe so wholeheartedly that these kids need to be matched with the right families to have any chance of their foster care experience working.
He built Beta Foster Care from the ground. It's his child. It's a lot different than being placed through the county. It's a lot more heartfelt, and you feel like you're actually, cared about, as opposed to just being one of the statistics.
Our mission statement talks about that we want to break the cycle of abuse and neglect. And the biggest way we can break that is by helping them heal from what they've gone through.
Okay, I'm Craig. I'm a short man. Bonnie, nice to meet you. Nothing beats the human element in terms of a relationship. Well, thank you all for coming. And I think that that's what we do well. And honestly, that is something that I take great pride in. If I don't know you as a family, I can't make that connection and that match.
I know that he has to meet future foster parents for training. He has to go to the homes, and sometimes he does the meetings, directly at the homes. Craig's all over the place.
Craig and his wife are sharing one car right now. And so most mornings, Sherry, Craig's wife, brings him here to the office and drops him off, and then comes back to the office at some point later in the day to get him.
Not having a car makes it difficult for me to be spontaneous. I recently received a call from a potential donor, and he asked me, he said, "Well, would you like to meet for lunch?" But I didn't have a car. I said, "Well, would you like to meet over at Coco's?" And there was this long, dead silence. And I said, "Well, I can walk there from my office." And I could tell I kind of lost his interest. Okay, thanks.
It's horrible that he is handicapped by not having a car to use so that he can do his job in the way that he wants to do it and in the way that our kids deserve and need.
He really needs that other set of wheels. He needs to have a reliable vehicle he can put all of Beta into and drive it to where it needs to go. Because the message needs to get heard. And Craig is fabulous at telling the message. But if he can't be there to tell it, then people won't hear it.
Best hands-on services to be treated like family. And that's what Beta Foster Care is. It's about family.
Craig provided me with an anchor of stability, and I've had it ever since because of him.
These children have no one to stand up for them, and Craig stands up for them.
He just helps out all these kids. That's just the way he is.
I mean, what more can someone ask for than a safe haven? And Craig definitely helps people and helps kids, and there's the ones that need it the most.
I gotta say, I was very, very, very blessed by having a tremendous father. He believed that family is number one. Children are to be sheltered from pain and suffering at all costs by adults. He said, "I'll do one thing for you." He said, "You work for me and I'll pay for your education, but we have a deal. And the deal is whatever you do, you give back." That's the deal.